Welcome back to the channel. I am back today with something that I've wanted to do for a really long time, which is to do a video on my Adidas Torsion collection. I'm not a specialist at all in terms of Adidas, but it is a brand that I've loved for a long time, as well as I'm sure loads of you guys have as well. And I'm always in the process of getting rid of pairs. And before I get rid of some of the pairs, I kind of want to talk through them and kind of document them a little bit. As always at this point, I think it is worth saying, I'm trying to hit 2,000 subscribers this summer. So if you like this video, please share it, please comment, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe even better. Right, let's get straight into the business. So I was initially gonna call this a ZX video. I think Torsion encompasses all the pairs that I really want to talk about better. Most of what I'll be looking at in this video are ZX 8000s because that's my favorite Adidas model, comfortable and a good price. And it is worth saying at this point that I'm not ranking them in order at the moment. You'll have to wait to the end of the video for me to give you my top 5 if you're interested. But I'm just going to go through the pairs that I have. I think there are 10 pairs in general. So let's get started straight away. So the first pair I'd like to talk about in this video is this pair here of Torsion Comps. This is a pair that I recently bought. I can remember back in the day having friends who had Torsion Edbergs or Edberg Torsion, the tennis trainer that were like this. It was released a few years ago and I missed that release, unfortunately. So I'm waiting for the next wave, hopefully, to come about. But I saw this pair on Vinted for £30 fairly recently and it was in my size and a great colorway. So I snapped these up. Unfortunately, I think with this pair, I personally will need to go half size up. So I can't keep this pair, so I will sell them. I'm a UK 11, these are a UK 11, all my Adidas are a UK 11, but this pair come up a little bit narrow, so I think I need 11 and a half. But it's a silhouette that I've really liked for a long time. Like I said, I can remember Stefan Edberg wearing these, and I can remember these being about in the 90s, about the same time that Agassi was playing and Tech Challenge 2 was big, and I personally was into tennis. Great silhouette, really nice colorway. You've got the torsion bar, you've got all these different features, lovely materials, not too bad. £30 I think was a steal. But yeah, this is Torsion Comps. I would like to know the difference, if you could put it in the comments, between the Torsion Comp and the Edberg Comp, because they seem like the same model to me. But yeah, I'd love you to educate me on that one. This is the first pair I got here, Torsion Comps, great pair. All right, next pair in the collection is a pair of ZX 8000s, and it's a really fun, amazing collab, which is this Lego pair here. So this is a collaboration between Adidas and Lego. You can see the co-branding all over this trainer. It's a lovely, bright colorway and a pair that I would definitely recommend. It's really fun, I think. The colors are bright. I love the kind of hits of Lego on here as well. And it's a pair that I didn't think I would like from the photos online, but they kind of restocked and I got them at retail, and it's one of the pairs that I wear the most. I would definitely recommend this pair a lot. So many lovely features, primary colors, nice materials, well executed. You get some really good extras with this pair as well. So yeah, definitely a pair I would recommend, the Lego collaboration. I prefer this original collab pair, the original pair, to the kind of subsequent ones which were all green or all blue, all the different colors. I think these are the pair that I would really go for if I didn't have any of those pairs. Definitely happy to have this one in my collection. All right, next up, let's go old school. So this is another pair of ZX 8000s. I'm not 100% sure of the colorway, except they're black and blue, I would describe them. I bought these in 2014, and this was the first pair I had bought since the 90s, and they're really comfortable. I love them. They're pretty straightforward in terms of colorway, as you can see here. The materials are pretty good, and this is the oldest pair that I have, so they're the pair that kind of show me how things have changed over the years. This pair has, the only interesting thing really to note is that this pair has a plastic insert here, where none of the more modern pairs that I've bought in the last 5 or 6 years do, and this pair is 11 years old. So same box as all the others, pretty much same fit, slightly narrower maybe, but yeah, a really lovely pair. I enjoy wearing this pair. I've worn them a lot over the years and they've held up. So another pair of ZX 8000s that I would definitely recommend if these ever get re-retroed. All right, next up. All right, so the next pair up is another pair of ZX 8000s, Torsion. This is the first Offspring London pair, and these are from maybe 2020, and this is a beautiful color. This is such a fantastic colorway. I am partial to a little bit of gray and pink and kind of pastel colors, And the moment I saw the teaser shots of this, I thought, these are great. They were fairly straightforward to get, about £90 I think they were for retail. They came with some extras, so you got this Dubray at the front that has the kind of Offspring man and Adidas Torsion. Only certain pairs had these put in, and there's a little pin that I got as well. I was lucky enough to get this pin. It's got this lovely speckling on this TPU section here, and just a great colorway, I think. I would say it's based on London Bridge, that's worth noting. And inside on the footbed, it has a pattern that relates to London. I think it's London Bridge or Tower Bridge, one of the two. So yeah, it's a pair that's based on my city. Really like them. I did a review on these in the time, and I do remember thinking that these didn't, because of the lack of cross branding, actually have an Offspring stamped on these. These did feel a bit like a store exclusive to me, but they're not, they're a collab. But I just feel like they would have been better had they had more cross branding for me. It just would have made them a little bit more unique. But I think it's a great shoe nevertheless, and I really love this pair. So to follow that up, I'm going to talk about the second Offspring London collab, which came out maybe a year ago. And this pair, although a more boring colorway from my point of view, the materials on this and execution are much better than the first pair. And this is a good example of what maybe I think the first pair could have been, with an elevated material selection. So they came in this massive chunky box, really heavy, part of the Consortium Cup. I've got a review on this, so please check it out on my channel. They again are based on London, but the colour scheme here is more taken from the city and the kind of greys of the concrete and the buildings and that kind of thing. And so they look pretty bland, but the materials on this are incredible. This is by far the best pair of quality ZX8000s that I have. You have the cross branding on the rear with all the Offspring logo on the tongue. You have that cross branding across the whole trainer. You have the River Thames on the Dubray at the front. You have these aglets that say Offspring. You have, where usually it's TPU at the back, plastic, you have this leather, and you have this incredible hairy suede, which I really like at the back as well. So this is a standout pair for me. Not as wearable as all the other pairs, but I just felt a London pair. Love the model, love Offspring. So really happy to have these in the collection. So yeah, London 2, Offspring. So next up is another pair of ZX8000s. This is the OG. This is the Aqua pair, and this is a Consortium Aqua pair, which are distinct from the kind of normal Aqua pair, but this pair was deliberately aged. Yeah, there was a couple of differences with this pair and I think this is a 2019 pair and there was a 2020 pair. I've got a review on my channel again. This pair has a different tooling and is made to look aged. So you have this aged that's kind of meant to look like it's been in storage or worn. Same with the midsole. This is the pair that I preferred because of the nostalgia. And I'm all about the nostalgia. And this pair reminds me of being young and being blown away by this model. So this is the Aqua pair. I think they are, yeah, just really good. It's the OG, what a colorway. Very happy to have this pair, and I always look after them as much as I can because I want to have it forever. All right, next up, let's have a look at something a little bit different. Let's go with another collab, and this is a ZX9000. End times Adidas. This is called the Kiln. This was a pair from a few years ago. Beautiful colorway. Really love this pair. Only problem with this is, and I don't know if it's just me, this is a ZX9000 and they just fit a little bit tight. And I got these in the UK 11, all my Adidas are UK 11. This pair just feels a little bit tight on my right foot, so I don't wear them as much as I would. I've been trying to break them in. I haven't really tried hard enough. I don't want to get rid of them because they're quite rare, difficult to find. I don't want to spend a load of money to replace them, but they're lovely. I just like so much about the browns on this. I like the way the ZX9000 had a different toe box. I like the dual branding. I bought a lot of End over the years and I just loved this collab completely. I think they did a really good job with this. I like the way the fact that ZX9000 is different on the medial side to the lateral side. This is a great collab. It's just a great trainer and a pair that I really like in the collection. I might sell them because I don't want to hold into pairs I don't wear. I just need to make a decision as to whether they're comfortable enough or whether I can live with them. If not, I'll get rid because there's no point holding on to shoes you can't wear. ZX 9000 Kiln. Great pair. All right, let's keep some momentum going. Let's go to another pair of GRs. This is a metallic, I'm gonna call it the metallic grey pair. And this is about 3 or 4 years old. Haven't worn these yet. It's one of the only pairs I haven't worn yet because I just haven't had the opportunity, really. I don't want to keep breaking in pairs when I've got so many. I'd rather let pairs wear away first and then break these out. And also, I'm just not sure if I need them because they're quite similar in colour palette to the original Offspring pair. And yeah, this is typical Adidas in terms of how good value they are. These, I looked for ages, these were teased. I was seeing reviews from different countries, but they weren't released in Europe. And then I was on holiday and they dropped into sale, I do believe. So I got them for like £65 or something. Yeah, got my size, was really lucky. Just haven't had an opportunity to wear these yet. I think the colorway is amazing. The bright blue here, the fact they've sort of paired burgundy and pink, I think makes them stand out a little bit, and then yellow and grey. It's an interesting combination of colours. I just think these really work, and I'm just so happy to have this pair. This is a metallic grey ZX 8000. And last but not least, last pair of Torsion that I want to talk through is this pair here, which is the Adidas Equipment Support 93 in collaboration with Foot Patrol. And this brings a bit of a smile to my face every time I pick up this pair of trainers, because this is probably the best release collab I've ever bought in terms of goodies, what you get extra. So it's worth starting by talking about the theme of this pair. So they're based on the 3 peaks, which are the 3 big mountains in the UK. You can see that there, they've got the kind of altitude of the mountains there, or the height of the mountains even, and that's the theme. So because of that, if you went in store, they gave you a load of goodies. They gave you an EQT book, which is amazing. They gave you a mug, they gave you a map, they gave you a compass, and there might have been something else, but it was just a great in-store experience. And these were like, I think £110. And this is typical of why I love Adidas. They're able to put out incredible trainers, I think, at a price point that is not massively inflated from when these trainers first dropped. You're not spending £200 on these trainers that I have here. You're spending 100 or less, or round about £100. Storytelling's fantastic. The quality of materials is fantastic. I just feel like I would rather give my money to a brand that doesn't feel like it's trying to just make profit. Obviously it's trying to make profit, but it gives me a good experience, and Adidas do that, and I just feel like that's a great thing, and I need to put my money to support brands that do that. Not that I don't like Nike, I love Nike's innovation, but I just feel like you're more likely to get a better deal with a collab or a GR pair than you are with Adidas than you are with Nike. This is another example of a great pair, asymmetric, comfortable, it has that 90s innovation and an interesting tongue. It's just a great pair. So yeah, can't remember what they're called, Foot Patrol Equipment Support 93. Another great pair in my collection. Let's talk about ranking. If I had to rank these, where would I put them? Let me just have a quick think about that. I've made my decision. I had to think about it. If I had to choose my top 5, I think this would be it. So number 5 would be Kiln. If they fit properly, I'd wear these a lot. I think they're great. The colorway's amazing. Real massive fan of these. So yeah, that would be my number 5. My number 4 would be this Offspring pair. I like the second pair, I do, but I prefer this colorway. I think this colorway, they got a lot right. With this colorway, with this materials, and it'd probably be my number 1. But yeah, that's my number 4, is the Offspring pair. This Lego pair, I think, is fun, and I really love it. And my kids like it, and obviously, that means a lot to me. So this kind of symbolizes that kind of fun, innocence, and yeah, because of that, and it's a really well done collab. They got the spirit of both companies, I think, in this trainer really well. So that's my number 3, love it. Number 2, and it's a close to number 1, would be this Foot Patrol pair, because I just love them. And I would look at getting more EQT Support 93s, because it's comfortable, it's everything I kind of want in a trainer. It's a runner, and it's got a good look and great storytelling. This is a fantastic pair. So number 2 would be this. And number one is probably a bit boring, but it has to be the OG. It has to be the OG because it just takes me back to seeing this trainer really change the way I perceived trainers. It was a real time of innovation in the 90s, or it might even be the 80s. And I can remember seeing them and just, it's still, there's no other trainer that has that little cutout like that. Seeing a torsion bar, the idea of the forefoot and the rear foot kind of acting independently. I always go on about this when I review ZX9000s, but I remember the soft cell as well. I wish they would reinstate that as it used to be with those little balls in there for cushioning. This is such a lame imitation of how it used to be. I wish there was more pressure on Adidas to kind of get this back to where it needed to be. If you're going to do a trainer proper justice, you need to recreate it, I think, as faithfully as you can to the original. But colorway as well, the purple and the blue, what a pair. I just feel fortunate to have these in my collection. These are the pairs that I really love. I have sold some pairs over the years and I don't intend on buying more. In fact, if anything, I'm trying to slim down massively. But thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Please let me know which was your favorite pair. What do you reckon? Would you order the ranking differently? Please let me know in the comments. Please share the video if you liked it. Please give it a thumbs up if you liked it. And this is the kind of thing that I do on my channel. So if you enjoyed it, please subscribe, even better. I will see you on the next one. Peace.